storied venues in college football. Notre Dame Stadium in South Bend, Indiana. Little gets the blood boiling, quite like a rivalry game. Barbs, shots, trash talk, things that go on throughout the week will now all be settled on this field. It's the Stanford Cardinal and the Notre Dame Fighting Irish. Reese Davis, David Pollack, and Jesse Palmer with you. Let's say hello to our friend Holly Rowe on the sideline.
Here in South Bend, this is one of the most revered college campuses and college football shrines. You know, touchdown Jesus, all of the excitement at Notre Dame Stadium. You hear the echoes of the Irish every time you step on the field. Back to you.
We'll keep an eye on that, Holly. Notre Dame looking for a strong kick to get this one underway. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. So the Stanford Cardinal offense will take the field for the first possession of the day. There are always butterflies to start a game, but when you have a rivalry like this, the adrenaline is pumping on overdrive, guys.
They aren't all the same. We say that, but we know differently. The blood is boiling. The temperature is hot. Jesse, you want this week more than most.
Yeah, David, we played in these games before. Everything just seems to be heightened, right? The game seems to be moving faster. The crowd noise feels louder. Your composure will be tested early in a game like this.
This place is roaring, and it's going to be so hard to operate under these conditions. Back to pass, it's Warren. Gets it to the back. Plows through the defense. He's there to make the stop, and they threw it in reverse, losing yardage on that play. The Cardinal increasing the degree of difficulty after that last play. It's 2nd and long. Keeping it on the ground inside. It's 4. And he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got it.
And I think this is the key in this game, man. These rivalry games, it's about passion, it's about emotion. And coming to this game, we saw him last week, man. He had over 100. Last year in the blowout, he was a non-factor. He's got to be the catalyst in this game. You can't have a repeat of what happened a year ago, where you're throwing the football because you're behind and you got beat down. Got to establish the line of scrimmage.
He'll be forced out of bounds at the 28-yard line as this offense tries to mount a drive. The Cardinal will have to boot it away. First time we've seen their punt team tonight. Looks it all the way in, and now turns his attention upfield. And he's going to get it up to about the 29-yard line before he's brought down. So Notre Dame's offense gets to come out for its first possession of the game. And we've said many times a tight end is the quarterback's best friend, but the last time these two played together, you could make the argument it was even more than family. It was like that thing, there is a friend who sticks closer than a brother, David.
It was really impressive. I mean, they put up big numbers. It seemed to work every time he looked to the big fella, he delivered. So, elite 1-2 punch. Jesse, how do you slow that guy down?
I mean, you just got to pick your matchup poison, honestly. You can put a safety against him and try to take advantage of the speed, but he's not going to be big enough to match up physically. If you go linebacker, you're not fast enough. So mixing and matching the looks, I think, is the best chance this defense has.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Throwing, Carr. The quick out. And just a short, safe pass play. They pick up a few.
And man coverage, when they get up in your face, they make things hard. You want to be able to attack the whole field and get them lean in one direction and then break outside like you did there. Nice out route connection. Nice chemistry between quarterback and wide receiver.
3rd and 6 yards to go. Dropping back, it's Carr. And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf.
QBs and receivers.
Look at this, guys. The offense appears to be going for it from their own side of the field. Carr to throw for it on 4th. And the incomplete pass lets this defense get the ball back for its own in great field position. Couldn't ask for better starting field position for this offense. He'll start this drive going to the air. Makes the catch. It's Hall. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down marker. Picked up 5 on that last pass play. Now it's 2nd and 5. Off play action. And the quarterback is toast back at the 35.
And that's not a good sign for this offense. You gave up 4 sacks a week ago. Now you're already getting your quarterback hit. They've got to protect their dude. They got to give him more time so he can make plays down.
Got a little grass. Makes it past the marker. Knocked out of bounds. They're in the red zone. Mark it at the 17, and they are set up. Wants to throw on first down. Oh, look, Ma, one hand. And he'll run across the sidelines after the good gain.
Man, what great concentration by the big fella. And you see he pulls it in. What a spectacular one-handed grab.
Operating in the red zone here on 2nd down. On the move, it's Ford. He bullies his way all the way down to the 5-yard line.
It's great awareness by the running back, understanding where the first down marker is and doing whatever it takes to get it.
Stanford comes up with a 1st and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. And he breaks the play. Touchdown, Stanford!
That's a nice job by the offense there in their 2nd drive. I know in the opening possession you go 3 and out, you're scratching your head. That didn't obviously go the way you wanted to, but a good job of sort of collecting yourselves, going through the next couple play calls and making sure everybody's back on the same page. We saw this offense, David, on this drive really be in sync and finally find the rhythm.
You got to like the answers, right? Like sometimes you come out, sometimes you're situated and you're ready to rock and roll and it comes out hot. Sometimes it doesn't, but I like the response. Their defense does their job, gets them the football back. They come out, execute. Nice job getting on the scoreboard.
The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. Getting set for the extra point after putting the scoreboard to work for the first time. And the extra point is good, and it's 7-0. So that scoring drive took only 6 plays. And they punctuated it with a 5-yard touchdown run. He'll bring it out. It's Perez. He stopped there, but a good return coming out of his own end zone gets it to the 28. Here comes the Fighting Irish out to get this drive started. They were really aggressive going for it in their own end last time and put them in a tough spot, David.
Yeah, aggressive, reckless. They got to find the balance with this offense to really be productive. And last possession they went for it, they rolled the dice, Palmer, and it didn't work out for them.
Yeah, if you're better on third down moving forward, though, you can keep yourself out of those situations.
A little wrinkle here as they go to the Wildcat and use the extra blocker. Direct snap. It falls incomplete, and man, did they think they had that one set up, and it didn't quite work. In their vision of that play, someone would run free after making an easy catch. There was nowhere to run and nowhere to go except down.
Probably looked really good when they drew that one up on the board this week in practice, but obviously a lot more difficult to go out and execute. Give the defense credit. Great stop.
From the gun on third down, Carr. Intercepted, and now he's up to 14.
And he makes a play in the back end. Nice job reading the pass, and that's his second of the season. This guy, unbelievable job seeing the quarterback, breaking on the quarterback, and going and getting that big play.
The run inside. It's Ford. Got it into the red zone, dragged down at the 18-yard line. Got 6 on first down, now a lot of options on second and 4. Got it behind the line, it's Blackburn. He's really close to that first down marker, but they stop him just a bit short. The volley cheers going on high, and here comes the Thunder being shaken down on third down. Looks as if Stanford will have enough for the first down.
Well, I'll tell you, it was a pretty dumb decision by the opponent to go for it so deep in their own end, and this offense now is making them pay for that. After getting the ball back on the third play of the drive, they're able to run it, get the first down, and stay on the field.
Might as well run him until they stop him. He's got it again. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield. It'll be second down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. And the pass is incomplete thanks to a big hit.
I love the quick decision the QB made there on that RPO, knowing he wanted to get it out of his hands fast. He just needs to make a more accurate throw moving forward.
Stanford comes to the line, and that first down marker is a long way away. Back to throw, it's Warren. Got his man on the right. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few. So they'll send out the field goal unit. This whole play is going to see if this kicker can operate in the sea of noise. Splits the uprights. Good. And that lead grows even bigger.
How great is it to know that if you can get the ball down somewhere close to the 40-yard line on your opponent's side of the field, you're walking away with at least 3 points because this dude is automatic.
He'll start the return inside his 5. And the return man showing great vision to be able to find some space and put his team in much better field position. Lining up in the Wildcat, let's see what they've got. Back in motion, try to clear the picture. Snap to the back. Snags it and he's open. They bring him down, but that's why you give them that Wildcat look to create an opportunity for big plays. That's the way to start a drive, and now they'll try to follow up on 1st and 10.
Here we go. Ready. Go.
Gonna run it. It's Mobley. You guys have both played in rivalry games, so what did you do to keep yourself locked in during that week of preparation, David?
Well, you try to keep your emotions in check, but it's really, really hard to do because a lot of times the hatred is so strong. The emotions are so real. The coaches get super tight, and they start talking about things, Jesse, so you don't just treat it as another game.
No, it's hard to handle the anxiety leading up to those games, not just because of what it means to your season, but because of what the fans are saying, what your coaches are saying, what your family and friends are saying, understanding how important those rivalries are.
And And that's the dangerous part about this offense, man. They'll get the ball out to a receiver that can do that, that can make plays after the catch. Hard to bring down, hard to tackle. That's why this offense can be so explosive.
Notre Dame coming to the line with another first down. Quick completion to the right. Great job on the containment and the tackling. They stop him for no gain.
I like the idea by the quarterback there. You're trying to get this first down, so you find the tight end, see if he can make a guy miss or shake a tackle. Not able to get it done.
And they got the completion, but no yards. Now they need to go forward to avoid a 3rd and long. Fires to the middle. Makes the grab. He'll be stopped just short of the end zone, but they'll have it 1st and goal. At the end of the quarter, it is Stanford holding the edge. Let's take a look at the numbers, and they have jumped out to an impressive start. They'll try to open this quarter by sticking it in the end zone here. Keeping it on the ground on 1st and goal. And he surges across the line. Touchdown, Fighting Irish. Precision blocking up front. Created the open lane, and the running back followed it beautifully.
Yeah, it's pretty easy to follow an offensive line that makes those holes and just gives you a caravan all the way to the end zone. What an unbelievable job blocking up front.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. The Cardinal offense takes the field, ready to attack. Always good to get points on a drive, David, but chip shot field goals can leave you a little empty.
Yeah, I think it's great to get points, but the great teams get touchdown.
And the pass rush is effective, and they tackle him at the 19.
Well, this guy's become a bit of a problem for opposing offenses. In their last game, he had 2 sacks, and he's dominating again, getting his first sack in this game now. He right now is wrecking people's game plans, and this offense better find out how to slow him down.
And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact on the play, but no flags. It'll be 3rd down.
And this defense, we know, they present a lot of challenges. You can see it right there, man. They shrink windows fast. They're a top 25 defense for a reason. You really better make sure you're dialed in today, or else they can make you pay in a hurry.
They're working that left side. They make the stop at the 26, and let's see if they bring out the punt team. Stanford lines up to punt it away. Makes a nice grab at the 25. And he'll work his way on the return out to the 35-yard line before he's stopped. So they come to the line, and the Wildcat going to give him a different look. Sends it back in motion. Snap to the back. With the catch, it's Carr. There he goes down the right side. All the way. Touchdown, Fighting Irish. That's the first score of the day for the nation's leader in receiving touchdowns. And the extra point is good, and it's a 4-point lead.
Man, it's nice to be an offensive coordinator when you have this offense, because you can just call a couple plays, do what we need to do, make big plays, go down the field, put points on the board. This offense, man, they putting drives together like this could be a scary unit.
He's brought down at the 16, would have been much better off to take the touchback. The Stanford offense making its way back onto the field. Didn't get anything done 3 and out on their last series. They'll try to find a rhythm here. On the ground, it's 4. That is a big win for this defense, as they were right there as soon as he got the ball.
This offense has really struggled, and I think you're just waiting for one play, one explosive play to happen to hopefully galvanize you a bit offensively. That's not the case in there. They try to run the football in the first play of the drive, and it gets absolutely blown up for a loss.
And as you start to settle into games as a play call, you start to figure out what works and what doesn't work. And they really got to find a way to get this running game going. They haven't figured it out yet. Like, maybe get the ball more on the perimeter. Find a way to get the ball to your running back in space. This offense really has to find a way to get the ground game going.
Looking downfield, it's Warren. A strike downfield. That'll be good enough for a first down. They'll mark it at the 30. Stanford quickly to the line.
All right, defense, you got to turn the page. You just gave up an explosive play through the air, but here comes the offense going quickly. You got to get lined up now and get ready for another one.
The give to the lone running back. And he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got it.
And that's why he is an All-American caliber player. He is just so physical and dominant against the run. He's able to shed blockers, use his athleticism, use his speed, get to the ball carrier and bring him down. Simply one of the best box defenders you're going to find in the entire country.
A lot of times you see these defenses, man, they pull the run blitzes. They understand the formations. It might be a run, play the percentages, and then you got to deal with the big defensive tackle inside. So more bodies near the line of scrimmage. Everybody's got to pick him up, but they didn't block the most important guy, the big fella right in the middle.
He'll be stopped short of the line to gain. Needed about 3 more on that one. Stanford lines up to punt it away. And the punt will hit at the 7, and they can't corral it. It goes into the end zone. It'll come out to the 20. Notre Dame comes onto the field ready to go to work. They torched this defense with an explosive passing play for a score last time out. Let's see if they go right back at him. Quarterback adjusting the pattern. Here's C.J. Carr to throw. Finds his big tight end. That's the kind of play that can really get you going as they get it out to the 36.
And that's why, as a former quarterback, man, I love these drag routes, because if you get the right coverage and it's man-to-man and someone gets picked or can't keep up with your receiver, you just put it out nicely in front of them, they're going to make the catch, and they're going to take it a long way. Really great execution. A nice job by the receiver creating separation, and beautiful throw out in front of the target.
On the option. Now the toss. Picks up the first down. Maybe some room here. 10. Touchdown, Irish. How about this back staying on track and getting it in on the option?
And what execution by the offense. The quarterback making the right decision on the defender quickly. Get it to your running back. And how about the wide receivers and everybody else blocking in space, creating an alley so the running back can do the rest and make the huge play for the touchdown.
And the extra point is good, and they have an 11-point lead. You want to see quick strike ability? It was epitomized there. 2 plays, 80 yards, touchdown on the board. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Stanford has it back. The Cardinal offense returning to the field. They just didn't quite find the rhythm on that last drive, Jesse. They had to punt it.
I think they got to be more physical, David. I think up front they got to do a better job getting blocks and establishing this running game.
And how easy does football become if you're the more physical team? If you can threaten the run and then run play action, it opens up the whole offense at your disposal.
He snagged it, but he'll be stopped short of the first down. Good, solid pickup on that play. The Cardinal can be aggressive here on 2nd and short. To the air, it's Warren. Fires left, and his throw is incomplete.
As a quarterback, this is going to be a very tough game. You're going up against one of the top 20 units in the entire country. They know who your primary target is. They're going to be keying on him, just like they did that last time, forcing the incompletion.
Gets it out fast. And he gets it done on 3rd down. They move the chains, and they'll mark it at the 44. Stanford gets set to snap it on 1st down. Running inside. It's Ford. And a nice solid pickup there before the defense wrestles him to the ground. They can really be aggressive after that last play. It's 2nd and 3. And the pass is incomplete, jarred loose by the hit.
And that's what the offense wants. They want to see you in man coverage, and they want to throw those slants, use those wide receivers and their big bodies to catch the football. Elite coverage. Great job being glued to your guy and being physical when he caught it. When he catches the football, I've got to...
And the defense picks up a sack, getting the quarterback down at the 44.
And that's now their third sack of the game. This is one of the best units in the entire country getting after the quarterback. They have done such a great job recruiting athletes up front and in their front seven.
Oh, misjudges it a bit and muffs it. Nowhere to run and nowhere to hide. That is coverage just the way they designed it, and they've got them backed up. They are stuck deep in their own territory and trying to get out, opening the drive from their own 3. Tight end in motion, see how the D reacts. Looking for space, it's Mobley. Gain of right at 7 yards, 2nd and 3 coming.
Love to see this on offense. Early in drives, getting that kind of yardage keeps you ahead of the chains.
Good spot after that 7-yard pickup on first down. It's 2nd and 3. They'll move the wide receiver. The defense wouldn't let him loose, and even though it's a completion, they lost yardage. Timeout is called by the Cardinal. That's their first. The brain trust getting thoughts together for this big third down coming up. Wants to pass it. Finds his man. They finally make the stop, but the defense out of sorts against that Wildcat, and they give up a big play. We thought we'd see a little Wildcat formation in this spot, and here it is. Back has it. Makes the grab in their space. He's got the first down, and they did a brilliant job getting them out flanked with the Wildcat.
It's so important this offense is able to get this guy the ball in space, especially on the perimeter of the field. And I love that last play call because he's able to get outside and use his speed. To me, that's where this guy is most dangerous.
To the air again, Carr. Intercepted. A first-half turnover can swing momentum. They get him down at the 36. It will be a first down.
And that's a play the defense absolutely had to have. They've given up some big plays in this first half, and they're down on the scoreboard right now. Something positive needed to happen. Maybe that's the interception that changes the momentum in this game. It's now up to their offense to try and score some points here before the first half ends.
That last completion left them with 2nd and 3. Let's see how aggressive they are. Keeps it on the bootleg, looking to throw. And incomplete on the deep ball.
And how nice is it to have the home crowd going absolutely bananas? Communication is harder, but they're snapping the football, everybody being on time. Man, this crowd really affecting the football game.
Trying to set up the screen. Breaks into the open. Now Stanford is going to call a timeout. That's their second. And they'll still have one in their pocket for what's left in this first half.
Well, you haven't seen a lot of incompletions from this guy now in his last 2 games out. Completed over 70% of his throws last week. He's doing it again in this game. As a head coach, you got to love the fact that your quarterback is dialed in.
They'll get it down to the 10-yard line on that completion. To the air, it's Warren. Here comes the heat. Not much of a chance there. He just had to get rid of it to avoid the sack.
One of the things I love about this kid is that he goes to work. He struggled his last game out, completed less than 50% of his throws. So back to the drawing board, back to fundamentals, and you can see that paying dividends in this game. I know he just threw an incompletion, but for the most part, this guy has been spot on.
Off the bootleg and rolling out. Got his man on the outside. They get the timeout called here, and probably just enough time for one more snap to put up points before the half. So with only seconds left in the half, here comes the field goal unit. Didn't make them sweat at all. It's good. And the field goal to end the half takes us to halftime. We played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Man, notable storylines all across the sport today. So let's roll up our sleeves and get you updated here in Week 6. We get right to it with Indiana taking on the Nebraska Cornhuskers.
He'll bring it back from inside his 5. He was looking for more running room, but none to be found as he stopped at the 23. Holly, what did you find out coming out of halftime?
Hey guys, Stanford's head coach should be coming out of the locker room. This is the moment his defense has to get organized. They have been a little problematic here in this first half, giving up too many points. And now, with the opponents getting the ball to start the second half, they do not want that momentum and a positive offensive output right here to change this game. He said our defense... just make a statement and make a stand. Starts right now. Back to you.
Holly, thank you.
Yeah, defensively, you better be ready to run east and west when you're playing against this offense and their running game. That time, the offense was able to outflank the defense to the right side for a big play.
After the big play to start, now they are on the move at their own 45. Might as well give it to him again. There he goes! And they are finding some space in this defense. He's got it down to the 25.
This shouldn't be a surprise to anybody. If you've got the lead in the third quarter and you want to keep it, you got to bleed the clock. Best way to do that, run the football. And you're now seeing this offense call these run plays back to back. They are trying to be physical. They're trying to stay on the field.
And a great job by the defense seeing it right away, reacting to the screen, going and getting the football, and getting the fast playmaker on the ground.
Behind the chains now on 2nd and long. They'll run the option. He'll toss it. Finding some... got enough space. Touchdown, Notre Dame! Excellent pass by the back on the option. No midseason doldrums for these guys as they push out the lead in Week 6. Now they have extended this lead, guys, starting to put the hammer, but sometimes a rivalry game can give you a little of extra fight back.
And there can be no panic at this point now. You've worked too hard this offseason, David. They've had this game circled for so long. You've got to play your best football right now and fight back.
And you just need something good to happen on this next possession. You got to get the crowd back into this football game. Big rivalry. Get some emotion. Get some momentum on your side.
Back to pass, it's Warren. Quickly complete.
And as a quarterback, when you're throwing these slant routes against man coverage, location is so important. You want to put the football in a place that your receiver can catch the ball and continue advancing it. So nice job by that QB, putting the football right on the face mask of his wide receiver.
Takes a handoff, it's Ford. They stop him cold, maybe gets a yard to the 34. Stanford wants to push the pace. The play action fake. Finds his man down the middle. At the 40, there he goes. He's loose on the left. And he eluded the defense, and he'll take it all the way. Touchdown! No. That was a lightning-fast drive that ends with a touchdown.
If you can... more drives like that together, man, we might as well get our popcorn out because we're going to get a lot of scoring.
And with the extra point, every little bit counts as they get closer. Quick strike offense on that three-play scoring drive. And they finish with a huge play in the passing game, covering 66 yards to the end zone. And he takes this from inside the 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. Lining up in the Wildcat, let's see what they've got. Gets the back moving. He wants to throw. It's complete on the right side. He's running free down the middle. The tag. Touchdown, Fighting Irish. He broke away from the defense and they couldn't catch him.
Big-time players make big plays in big games, man. It seems like each and every week when this guy has an opportunity in the end zone, he's coming up with the big one. That time, great job focusing and concentration. Defense not able to cover him. That's his now 10th receiving touchdown on the year.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Stanford's offense heads out, hoping to move the ball on this drive. They haven't had a whole lot of production, nor much to show for it on the scoreboard so far. And if they're going to get back in this game, it needs to start right now. Looking for a man. It's Warren. They'll run the screen. Oh, he's got some space. Good, solid pickup on that one. They've got it out to the 40, and it's first down.
Man, this guy is so dynamic, and that's why you want to try to get him the ball as many ways as you can. That time, it's a screen throw, and he had some nice blocks downfield, but with his speed and elusive running ability, this dude is dangerous.
Looking to throw on first down. Grabbed in the middle, it's Brown. Makes the catch, and he's free. Touchdown, Stanford! And they take it in for 6 more points. Did not take long to get into the end zone. Now let's see if this gets this offense to hit overdrive.
And we may have a situation here. We might have points, more points, and more points. You keep putting drives together like that quickly, chewing up that much yardage, defenses are going to have to get something to make it out.
And he splits the uprights on the extra point. He'll bring it out. It's Barres. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. Let's check in with Holly Rowe.
Here on the Notre Dame sideline, there is so much excitement from these players. This has turned into somewhat of a shootout. The offenses continue to score, but I have seen some of the defensive players say, we have got to turn it up right now. We'll see if the offense can answer again, or if the defense starts.
Open space in the middle. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the play. Let's see if it stands. That's just an obvious face mask penalty there. No way you're getting away with it. Got to keep your composure there. The offense comes back out with a new set of downs after the penalty. Keeping it on the ground inside. It's Mobley. He'll be stopped after picking up 5, and boy, did he lower those pads and keep those feet moving.
Coaches always harp about staying ahead of the chains, and when you can run with that type of efficiency on first down, man, you are doing just that.
Six-yard pickup on first down, leaves him with 2nd and 4. The give is to Williams. All down, but he has enough to move the chains.
And it's going to be interesting to watch this defense, man, because obviously when you're trailing, and offenses can sometimes get conservative. That's 2 runs back-to-back. Do they get more aggressive and try to bring more guys near the line of scrimmage, not let them waste time, and try to get their offense the football back?
The RPO, it's complete. And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain.
How about that? Just really nice catch by the big tight end, throwing those mitts up there, catching the football.
Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on second down. Carr. Grabbed behind the line. It's Mobley. He is stopped behind the line of scrimmage. They'll lose yards on that one. Looking to convert. They'll go to the Wildcat. Direct snap. Here's a heat. Despite failing earlier on 4th down, they will try again here. 4th down, Carr. Looking for the end zone. And here's the 3rd interception of the night. Picked up a few extra on that return, but what a play by this defense to get the football. The Cardinal offense takes the field ready to attack. Took the last drive in for a touchdown. They'll try to do it again on this one. The run inside. It's Ford. And a good, solid pickup before the defense cuts him down. They've got them pinned deep in their own end, and this crowd trying to help keep them there. Caught over the middle. It's Blackburn. They make the stop, but he'll have enough yardage for a 1st down.
When you can run routes like this big guy, you can line him up in the slot. You can give him some extra space to work and just let him find the open holes over the middle of the field. It's a good idea to line him up in different spots to help him out, but he's a big part of this passing game. You saw why there.
Really good job making a play, getting it out to the 24 and moving those chains. Stanford going back to work with another 1st down. They'll ride the hot hand. They didn't get a push at all on that one. It'll be no gain on the play. They're dealing with a 2nd and long. Looking downfield, it's Warren. He tosses one high and deep down the left side. And it goes through his hands. Oh, he had an explosive play right there for the taking, but couldn't reel it in. They're about to wear this punter out. He's already been out 4 times, staring at a 5th if they can't move the chains. Throws to the wideout. Got a man. It's Brown. That one could really put this drive into high gear as they have a 1st down at the 37. They'll need to show urgency to get another play off before the clock hits 0. And some room to work. There to make the tackle, and with that, we'll head to the 4th quarter. Midway point in the season, and games like this one can have a big impact on the rankings from week to week as we see upsets happen and favorites continuing to flex muscle. They had a chance to mull things over. Let's see how they start the final period here on 2nd down. They'll send the back in motion. Looking to fire. Snagged out of the air. He's close to the 1st down, but they're going to mark him just a little short.
Now, you've seen the evolution of these slot receivers. They're just matchup nightmares. They're hard to get your hand on. A lot of times, they're off the football. You can't jam them. These guys are so productive, and offenses really feature their best players most time in those slot positions.
The Cardinal at the line with the 1st down. Let's see if they go back to the air. He goes right back to the air. Looking for a big play. Hits him in stride inside the 10. Touchdown, Cardinal! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house.
And that is the play this offense needed, and it comes from a long shot in the passing game to now get within 2 late And you know this coach is going for two at this point now. You're dialing up your best two-point play. But what a great execution by the offense in a huge moment in this game.
On the move from inside his 5. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. Holly, what update do you have for us?
Here on the Notre Dame sideline, I can see a developing situation with their quarterback and the coaches. Their QB has struggled here today with the turnovers, and there's a lot of conversation. They're showing him those mistakes.
Caught, and he's got room. The 40. He's at the 30. Inside the 10. Touchdown, Fighting Irish. They move on top here in the 4th. The Irish punch back.
Man, how hard is it to defend when you have a weapon like this at running back that can play wide receiver? You can design ways to get the football in his hand. Palmer, once you get it in his hands, he'll do the rest.
Yeah, no doubt. I mean, and oftentimes those are easier throws for quarterbacks. And these running backs, they're just naturally so good when they have the football out in space. Their vision, their creativity, their ability to make people miss. And this guy showed you right there, a difficult guy to stop now if you're this defense moving forward.
The Stanford offense making its way back onto the field. And now this offense needs a late 4th quarter drive to answer that last touchdown. Wants to throw on 1st down off the play fake. Finds his man. It's Blackburn. Out across the 30 mark, down at the 35 after the 10-yard gain. Ball is at the 35. It's 1st and 10. To the air, it's Warren. Makes the grab on the left.
Well, he was putting up big numbers coming into this one. We knew the quarterback was going to go his way early and often. And with that last catch, he's now got over 500 yards receiving on the year.
Stanford with a lot of options here on 2nd and short. Back to pass. And he really needed to hold on to that one, but it was not loose, and 3rd down is coming. At the end of that play, there is still a member of the Fighting Irish down on the field. Big 3rd down as the crowd gets behind this defense. They'll try to pick it up on the ground. That'll be enough for a 1st down as he crosses the 50 and gets it to the 48.
And, you know, big chunks like this don't happen unless you commit to the run game. You got to get those big boys up front into the game, understanding I want to knock people off the football, create some holes like you do here for my running back, make the game easy.
Wide open downfield. Finally corralled, but not before. He picks up the 1st down.
And I don't know if this defense knows what just hit them because they gave up the completion, they gave up a 1st down, and now here's the offense back up at the line of scrimmage again, going tempo.
Unloads to the wideout. Oh, he drops the football. He had it right down the gut of the field. Instead, it'll be 2nd down. If you can't win it all, you might as well try to ruin things for your rival, and that's exactly what we've got working here. Runs through a tackle. And he stopped right there, no gain on the play.
Well, the defense blitzed on that last run, but it was the big fella on the inside that made the stop and made the play. Great job flying out of his stance, locating where the football was, and getting to the ball carrier. Really good job at the point of attack.
And this offense has definitely got to take a second right here and understand, this is the most important play of the game. It's 4th down. We got to get the 1st down over the clock and the time running. They got to make sure they get a conversion.
On 4th down, they're taking to the air. They've got him for the sack, and that'll be a turnover on downs.
And, man, a lot of times it's hard to outrun that blitz, and they bring pressure. They push him outside of the pocket. Nice job covering downfield. Nobody open. He can't find a place to go with the football, and this is exactly what you should do. Keep hunting. Keep chasing. They finally catch him. Get the big sack on 4th down.
Finds his way for 3 after the 33. So they come to the line, and the Wildcat going to give him a different look. Motion from the back. Snap to the back. Pulls it in. It's caught. Running wide open down the gut of the field. And he slipped through the crowd and hit which is about to go 6-1. Offense gets the job done again. You want to build that cushion as we get deeper into the second half.
Man, it makes it easy, doesn't it? You start getting up by a couple possessions, making the offense very predictable on the other side. Great job by the offense extending their lead.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Stanford has it back, the Cardinal offense returning to the field. They've got it back after that last drive stalled out, and they were stopped on 4th down, David.
Yeah, and they put a little bit of a drive together, but, Jesse, they stalled on the other side of the field, and they got to find a way to keep that momentum going as they get closer to the end zone.
I agree. I do like their mindset, though, and I think they need to continue being aggressive moving forward in this game.
Looking to throw, it's Warren. Fires to the big fella.
And defensively, this is exactly what you want, right? You got the big lead, so you can play big zone coverages. Just keep the ball in front of you. Keep your eye on the quarterback. Rally to the football. Gang tackle. And you're going to win this game.
Got a lot of room to the right. The 20. He's at the and he scores! Touchdown, Stanford!
If I'm a play caller nowadays, man, I want more guys like this. Just versatility. You can see he can catch it out of the backfield like a wide receiver, or he can run it. Nice job catching the football with his hands, using his speed to do the rest and get into the end zone.
Looking to take the boot in for the 2. He makes his way in for the 2, and now they trail by only 6. Quick strike offense on that 3-play scoring drive. And they finish with a bang, a 71-yard scoring strike. On the run from inside his own 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. Here come the Irish back on offense. That last score the defense allowed made it a one-possession game, and there is plenty of pressure to have a productive drive here. This game is so close to being salted away if the offense can just run out the clock. They'll keep it on the ground to keep this clock moving. Defense there to stop him after a gain of 1 to the 22. Timeout is called by the Cardinal. That's their first. They still have a couple of timeouts to work with in this final quarter. Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on 2nd down. Motion from the wideout. The defense wouldn't let him loose there, and it was a completion, but they lost yardage. Now Stanford is going to call a timeout. That's their second. They've got 1 timeout left now. They'll have to choose wisely as to when to use it. Oh, he's looking to throw. It's complete. Gets away from 1. Finds some space. Here he goes. He's at the 10. And he got away from the defense and takes it in. Touchdown, Notre Dame. They put another score on the board as they try to push this winning streak to 3. If he can keep putting together games like this, he might have a shot at Brady Quinn's career touchdown record of 95. All the great quarterbacks the Irish have had, guys like Joe Theismann, John Hewitt. Nobody's even close to that.
Yeah, and that's crazy to think about being in that kind of a company. And Notre Dame's always been a good running team. And when they find quarterbacks and have great quarterback play, then I think they start to take off to that next level. And so far, he's showing that here today.
Let's see what Holly Rowe has for us on the sideline.
Hey guys, checking in on the Stanford sideline. This defense has been the star of the show today. The offense has had their back against the wall, and now is the moment. They've got to come alive. They are trailing in this game, and I could see them talking to each other before they take the field for this drive. Now is their moment. They feel it, and they're trying to get each other hyped up and ready to go for this possession. Back to you.
Appreciate that, Holly.
I know one of the things this offense takes a lot of pride in the passing game is they feel like they can attack every area of the field. They have success when they throw it outside, but they're really good throwing to the middle of the field too. Quarterback has confidence. There's really good timing in this passing game, and you saw it right there between the QB and his intended target, getting that big catch.
and they bring the blitz. I mean, you could tell they want to make him feel uncomfortable as quick as possible, and you can see him. He takes off with the football, and they just trying to get to him, try to get him on the ground, but this defense choosing to blitz right now in this football game.
Found enough room to get it into enemy territory. They're down at the 43-yard line.
And when you run these drag routes, it's super important that your quarterback can really use his eyes. Don't lock in where everybody's going to start looking at you and seeing what's coming. Does a good job, drops back, sees it, and the most important part, puts the ball out in front so he can catch it, get upfield, and make some extra yards after the catch.
Well, and here's the problem offensively. Because you're trailing by so much so late in the game, the defense now is going to be playing big zone coverages, and they're going to allow you to throw the ball underneath in the middle of the field, rally to make a tackle, and bleed the clock. It's going to be hard now for this offense to claw their way back in this one.
Yeah, and tight ends aren't just line up and block guys anymore. These guys are athletes. You line them up all over the field, and nowadays you can start to feature them more and more in the passing game.
Looking for a man, it's Warren. Under fire. Gonna take a shot. Pass is incomplete, but there is a flag beside the quarterback, and this might be a roughing call. When you're trying to protect the lead, you just simply cannot have a personal foul penalty at this stage in the game. 3 yards, first down for the offense after that penalty. They're in the red zone, and they'll pass it. Got it in the middle, it's Black. Now the connection takes it to the 11. They'll try to kick it into overdrive. Clock's running, second down coming. Pressure coming. Had it in his hands for the score and let it fall to the turf. It'll be third down.
I think the frustrating thing for this offense at this point is they've had a lot of success, and still they find themselves down. Board. And so I think if you're going to get back in this game, you've got to go back to the well. Think about the play calls that have worked for you in this game, where you found success, where you found your explosive plays. Don't be afraid to call those plays again right now in this.
Intercepted, big play, stops the drive. Might as well finish with a little flair. The defense comes up with a turnover, and they can take a knee if they choose from here on out. We thought we'd see a little wildcat formation in this spot, and here it is. Back in motion, trying to clear the picture. Snap to the back. They found a little running room out of the Wildcats, still short of the first down marker. Now the Cardinals decide to spend their third and final timeout. And now they are powerless to stop the clock with a timeout. Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. Looking for a gap, it's Mobley. And the defense makes the stop after a minimal gain.
Man, that's exactly what I want from my offense. Like, listen, they're out of timeouts. I want this clock to tick. Now, we have seen some college coaches across college football continue to run the football and also give up the football and give a gift to the other team. This one's over if I just take a knee.
On 3rd and short, just trying to get enough for the first down. They bring him down, but the big play will move the sticks.
I'll say, watching this offense this year, one of the things you have to be really happy about is their ability to move the sticks. This is one of the top 25 offenses in the country in getting first downs. That running back is one of the biggest reasons.
Pass rush coming after the quarterback, and they get him at the 32. Notre Dame has made this second down play much more difficult after going backwards. Timeout on the field and 4 ticks left to go. One more play to pad the stats. He wants to change this route. Here's Carr to throw. Fires to the wideout. And this will be incomplete as the game comes to a close. With the win today, they're now bowl eligible, and that's certainly worth celebrating, at least to some degree, wouldn't you say, guys?
Yeah, listen, at the start of the year, there are a lot of